June the 15th, 2026. Guys, kind of a quick update here. Got an upgrade on this tropical system that emerged into the Bay of Campeche a few days back, and then it's been on land coming into Mexico for the last couple of days. And normally, basically about 99% of the time when we see one move inland this far, and you see kind of centered right here, they start to dissipate. That's not happening at all. Now we have a 50% chance of this moving back into the Gulf now, and instead of a tropical depression, forming a tropical storm headed back into Texas and Louisiana, sweeping across Mississippi and further north. But look at what's happening, and this, again, very unusual, and what we're looking at is the extreme heat. Now, this part right here of the Pacific Ocean, I've showed you many times on the sea surface temperature maps in the last 10 videos, and how that purple area, when even in the Gulf of America, it's that deep crimson red, but it even goes to deeper than that into purple here, and in areas going up right here into the Sea of Cortez, kind of trapping the hottest water on the planet. And what I see is happening, guys, I've been doing this a long time, is this storm got into this area, started reacting to the very hot water in the Atlantic. Well, I've got one of my female huskies, Tina Bell, fussing in the background right now. It'll be all right. Anyway, this warm water, some of the warmest on the planet again, was felt and being touched by this low system forming this tropical storm right here. And what it's done is pull enough moisture back into it to start to strengthen. It is extremely hot here, and record hot water off to its very left foot. It's going to be pulling right back into the southeast. We'll see how long that biscuit holds. She's something now. When she gets ready to whatever it is she wants to do, she's going to fuss until she gets it done. Wagging her tail the entire time is funny. That's the way these huskies are. Anyway, this storm, guys, look at how it's wrapping in here. It's going to step back out into the Gulf of America, and we're going to have a tropical storm on our hands in a few days. And guys, you can see where the moisture's being built along this line of storms right there. And again, it's got to do with this rotation very close to this warm water. Here, coming across the Rio Grande, a very large system, large area of rain, and further up the Texas coast, another batch. And we've got some rain coming in today, cool things off. It was wonderful. Louisiana, you're getting it. But again, this thing is going to sit out in the Gulf long enough to strengthen. Again, 50% chance of becoming a tropical storm. I don't know if we even had one in the Gulf last year, guys. You'll have to remind me. Things are moving so fast now. Anyway, we didn't have many. This one's going to be different. The ground's already saturated, and I've talked about, even in the video today, earlier, that I'm glad to see the rain. But this will bring some flooding conditions to our friends in the low-lying areas. So you got to be prepared for this. Don't make the Cajun Navy have to come out there and get you. Now, this is a 1:32 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time alert today, guys, Monday, June 15th. And here's the location of the storm just south of the Rio Grande. And here's the expected area of formation. Let's read this. It says, as of 2 p.m. today in the northwestern Gulf of America, a trough of low pressure located over northeastern Mexico is producing a large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Development is not expected during the next day or so while the trough remains inland. However, the system could reemerge over the northwestern Gulf of America late Tuesday or into Wednesday, and environmental conditions there are marginally conducive for the formation of a short-lived tropical storm on Wednesday into Thursday. Regardless of tropical cyclone formation, interest across southern and eastern Texas and portions of Louisiana and Mississippi should prepare for periods of intense rainfall over the next several days, which could produce widespread, life-threatening flash urban and river flooding. Gusty winds and coastal flooding are also possible along portions of the northwestern Gulf Coast, and tropical storm watches or warnings could be required on Tuesday. Additional information on the system can be found in products issued again by the National Hurricane Center. And so again, formation in 48 hours is, let me get 40%, and 7 days, 50%. So again, it looks like it's going to form in the very warm waters here, and Tina Bell's snack has run out, and she's fussing at me again. Now let's take a look at the Navy model again. Today's date on the 15th. You can see the center of circulation here. That's just the center of that low pressure system. And if we move this forward, note your timestamp will change here. And going there, it's going to step off short right in there. Halfway off and halfway on by the 16th. That's tomorrow. See this? And let's continue. 17th, moving up the coast, starting to get over the Houston area, Louisiana border, through Louisiana, coming across Vicksburg, Mississippi area, up through North Mississippi. But look at the rain remaining behind it and how this low pressure system has opened up. Very unusual for this time of the year. A lot of times you'll see the high system or high pressure system doing some blocking this time of the year. We have one here, then we have one over the Four Corners in the desert Southwest also. This is good. There's going to be some flooding, guys. But if anybody that needs water, this is the time to get it. I'm not going to keep you on here much longer, but looking at this, I just want you to keep one thing in mind. In the video today, we talked about how the record heat that's building, we're seeing it in the coast of, on the peninsula of Mexico, in that area, about to push back out into the Gulf. That is the unusual storm. And if we see that pattern continue, then you're going to see the strength of these storms continue, just like the tornadoes we saw in Indiana and in Illinois the last few days. Things are changing just a little. The storm patterns are moving a little more to the east. But right now, again, we'll just let the thing play through in full speed. It's on the 19th. Still a lot of moisture along the Rio Grande area. High pressure wants to build back in by the end of the loop. Check that out. Warmer, drier weather here in the southeast. And that's what we got. Again, wanted to let you know, guys, to be prepared. Now, it didn't look like it was taking very long at all for this thing to get back over the water. If that's happening on the 16th, let me stop it. We'll double check it. Right there, see the 16th, it's back into the water. The temperature of this water is very warm. It's in the deep crimson red on the sea surface temperature map. And just over in this area, it's purple. It's a little hotter. But this right here is right in the top 9 out of 10 of the warmest places on the planet right now. So as soon as this storm sets back into here, you're going to watch a lot of things happen. I'm not sure if they're going to try to evacuate anybody off the oil rigs or anything like that yet, but definitely you could see some water spouts. You're going to see a lot of marine warnings, small craft warnings, gale force wind warnings, and all of the above. You don't want to be out boating and fishing for the next few days in this area. But by tomorrow, they're saying it could be a few days. According to the Navy, that's not what's happening at all. It's jumping back into the water, which is going to give it more time over warm water before it starts impacting the rest of the coast. And it looks like if we step this forward, it's keeping one of those feet in the water. And that's how a storm maintains in any situation. Right there's low pressure centered again over Houston. You see the path, guys, right through there. And again, more moisture here. We're watching it, guys. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe. See you in the morning.